What a mess of a start. A hot mic the entire intro? Nobody told me. I went to go live and then I muted myself. I was like, oh wait, and then I threw myself off. Anyway, here I am, Atticus with the wild hair. What's going on with this hair? It's good to see ya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are again. It's not gonna be a super long stream. Getting a late start, had dinner. I went over to Ocelot Gear's house today. We played some Star Wars Rebellion, and that game is great. So I had a fun day, relaxed day, but that meant getting kind of a late start on stream. So that's why I'm getting right into it. We're gonna read, because we always be reading, but I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna finish this story, and then we'll go into a little bit of some Witcher. So that being said, let's rock and roll. Good to see you, Frostclaw. Unfortunately, I can assure you I ain't winning anything at that award service. But I can put on the ambient music and I can read to you. Geralt's going back to Nivellen. Chapter 5. The mare flattened her ears against her skull and snorted, throwing up earth with her hooves. She didn't want to go. Geralt didn't calm her with the sign. He jumped from the saddle and threw the reins over the horse's head. He no longer had his old sword in its lizard skin sheath on his back. Its place was filled with a shining, beautiful weapon with cruciform and slender, well-weighted hilt, ending in a spherical pommel made of white metal. This time, the gate didn't open for him. It was already open, just as he had left it. He heard singing. He didn't understand the words. He couldn't even identify the language. He didn't need to. The Witcher felt and understood the very nature, the essence of this quiet, piercing song which flowed through the veins in a wave of nauseous, overpowering menace. The singing broke off abruptly, and then he saw her. She was clinging to the back of the dolphin and the dried up fountain, embracing the moss overgrown stone with her tiny hands, so pale they seemed transparent. Beneath her storm of tangled black hair shone huge, wide open eyes, the color of anthracite. Geralt slowly drew closer, his steps soft and springy, tracing a semicircle from the wall, and the blush rose. The creature glued the dolphin's back, followed him with her eyes, turning her petite face with an expression of longing and full of charm. He could still hear her song, even though her thin, pale lips were held tight, and not the slightest sound emerged from them. The Witcher halted at a distance of 10 paces. His sword, slowly drawn from its black enameled sheath, glistened and glowed above his head. "It's silver," he said. "Its blade is silver. This blade is silver." The pale little face did not flinch. The anthracite eyes did not change expression. You're so like a Rusulka," the Witcher continued calmly, "that you could deceive anyone. All the more, you are a rare bird, black-haired one. But horses are never mistaken. They recognize creatures like you instinctively and perfectly. What are you? I think you're a Mula or an Alpor. An ordinary vampire couldn't come out in the sun." The corners of the pale lips quivered and turned up a little. "Nivellen attracted you with the shape of his, didn't he? You evoked his dreams. I can guess what the sort of dreams they were, and I pity him." The creature didn't move. "You like birds," continued the Witcher, "but it doesn't stop you from biting the necks of people both sexes, does it? And you and Nivellen, indeed. A beautiful couple you'd make. A monster and a vampire, rulers of the forest castle. You'd dominate the whole area in a flash. You, eternally thirsty for blood, and he, your guardian, a murderer at your service, a blind fool. But first he had to become true monster, not a human, being in a monster's mask. The huge black eyes narrowed. "Where is he, black-haired one? You were singing, so you drunk some blood? You've taken the ultimate measure, which means you haven't managed to enslave his mind yet. Am I right?" The black-tressed hair nodded slightly, almost imperceptibly, and the corners of the mouth turned up even more. The tiny little face took on an eerie expression. "No doubt you consider yourself the lady of this manor now." A nod, this time clearer. "Are you a mullah?" A slow shake of the head. The hiss which reverberated through his bones could only have come from the pale, ghastly smiling lips, although the Witcher didn't see them move. "Alpor?" Denial. The Witcher backed away and clasped the hilt of his sword tighter. "That means you're..." The corners of the lips started to turn up higher and higher. The lips flew open. "Abruxa!" The Witcher shouted, throwing himself toward the fountain. From behind the pale lips glistened white spiky fangs. The vampire jumped up, arched her back like a leopard, and screamed. The wave of sound hit with the Witcher like a battering ram, depriving him of breath, crushing his ribs, piercing his ears and brain with thorns of pain. Flying backward, he just managed to cross his wrist with the sign of heliotrope. The spell cushioned some of his impact with the wall, but even so, the world grew dark, and remainder of his breath burst from his lungs in a groan. The dolphin's back in the stone circle of dried up fountain where a dainty girl in a white dress had just sat a moment ago, an enormous black bat flattened its glossy body, opening its long, narrow jaws wide, revealing rows of needle-like white teeth. The membranous wings spread and flapped silently, and the creature charged the Witcher like an arrow fired from a crossbow. Geralt, with the metallic taste of blood in his mouth, shouted a spell, and through his hands, fingers spread in the sign of the Quen out in front of him. The bat, hissing, turned abruptly, then chuckled and veered up into the air before diving down vertically, straight at the nape of the Witcher's neck. Geralt jumped aside, slashed and missed. The bat smoothly, gracefully drew in a wing, circled around him, and attacked anew, opening its eyeless, toothed snout wide. Geralt waited, sword held with both hands, always pointed in the creature's direction. At the last moment, he jumped, not to the side, but forward, dealing a swinging cut which made the air howl. He missed. It was so unexpected that he lost his rhythm and dodged a fraction of a second too late. He felt the beast's talon tear his cheek, and a damp, velvety wing slapped against his neck. He curled up on the spot, transferring the weight of his body to his right leg, and slashed backward sharply, missing the amazingly agile creature again. The bat beat its wings, soared up, and glided toward the fountain. As the crooked claws scraped against the stone casing, the monstrous, slobbering snout was already blurring, morphing, disappearing, although the pale little lips which were taking its place couldn't quite hide the murderous fangs. The Bruxa howled piercingly, modulating her voice into a macabre tune, glared at the Witcher with eyes full of hatred, and screamed again. The sound wave, so powerful it broke through the sign. Black and red circles spun in Geralt's eyes. His temples and the crown of his head throbbed. Through the pain drilling in his ears, he began to hear voices, wailing and moaning, the sound of flute and oboe, the rustle of gale. The skin of the face grew numb and cold. He fell to one knee and shook his head. The black bat floated toward him silently, opening its toothy jaws. Geralt, still stunned by the scream, reacted instinctively. He jumped, and in a flash, matching the tempo of his movements to the speed of the monster's flight, took 3 steps forward, dodged, turned the semicircle, and then, quick as thought, delivered a 2-handed blow. The blade met with no resistance. Almost no resistance. He heard a scream, but this time, it was a scream of pain, caused by the touch of silver. The wailing Bruxa was morphing on the dolphin's back. On her white dress, slightly above her left breast, a red stain was visible beneath a slash, no longer than a little finger. The Witcher ground his teeth, then cut. which should have sundered the beast in two, had been nothing but a scratch. "Shout, vampire," he growled, wiping the blood from his cheek. "Scream your guts out, lose your strength, and I'll slash your pretty little head off." "You weak. You will be the first to grow weak. Sorcerer," wait, who is this? "The sorcerer, I will kill you." The Brux's lips didn't move, but the Witcher heard the words clearly. They resounded in his mind, echoing and reverberating as if underwater. "We shall see," he muttered through his teeth as he walked bent over in the direction of the fountain. "I will kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. We shall see." "Verena!" Nivellen, his head hanging low and both hands clinging to the doorframe, stumbled from the mansion. He staggered toward the fountain, waving his paws unsteadily. Blood stained the cuff of his tunic. "Verena!" he roared again. The Bruxa jerked her head in his direction. Geralt, raising his sword to strike, jumped toward her, but the vampire's reaction was much faster. A sharp scream and another sound wave knocked the Witcher from his feet. He tumbled into his back and scraped against the gravel of the path. The Bruxa arched and tensed to jump, her fangs flashing like daggers. Nivellen, spreading his paws like a bear, tried to grab her, but she screamed straight into his face, throwing him back against the wooden scaffolding under the wall, which broke with a sharp crash and buried him beneath a stack of timber. Geralt was already on his feet, running, tracing semicircle around the courtyard, trying to draw the Brux's attention away from Nivellen. The vampire, fluttering her white dress, scurried straight at him, light as a butterfly, barely touching the ground. She was no longer screaming, no longer trying to morph. The Witcher knew she was tired, and that she was still lethal. Behind Geralt's back, Nivellen was clattering under the scaffolding, roaring. Geralt leapt to the left, executing a short moulinet with his sword to confuse the Bruxes gliding toward him. White and black, windblown, terrible. He underestimated her. She screamed. He didn't make the sign in time. Flew back until he thumped against the wall. The pain in his spine shot all the way up the tips of his fingers, paralyzed his shoulders, cut him down at the legs. He fell to his knees. The Bruxa, wailing melodiously, jumped toward him. "Verena!" roared Nivellen. She turned, and Nivellen forced the sharp, broken end of a 3-meter-long pole between her breasts. She didn't shout. She only sighed. The Witcher shook, hearing this sigh. They stood there. Nivellen, on widespread legs, was wielding the pole in both hands, one end firmly secured under his arm. The Bruxa, like a white butterfly on a pin, hung on the other end of the stake, clutching it with both hands. The vampire exhaled excruciatingly and suddenly pressed herself hard against the stake. Geralt watched a red stain bloom on her back, on the white dress through which the broken tip emerged in a geyser of blood. Hideous, almost obscene. Nivellen screamed, took one step back, then another, retreating from her, but he didn't let go of the pole and dragged the Bruxa behind him. One more step, and he leaned back against the mansion. The end of the pole scraped against the wall. Slowly, as if a caress, the Bruxa moved her tiny hands along the stake, stretched her arms out to their full length, grasped the pole hard, and pulled on it again. Over a meter of bloodied wood already protruded from her back. Her eyes were wide open, her head flung back. Her sighs became more frequent and rhythmic, turning into the ruckling wheeze. Geralt stood, but fascinated by the scene, couldn't make himself act. He heard the words resoundingly dull within his skull, as if echoing around the cold, damp dungeon. "Mine, our nobodies. I love you. Love you." Another terrible vibrating sigh, choking in blood. The Bruxa moved further along the pole and stretched out her arms. Nivellen roared desperately and, without letting go of the stake, tried to push the vampire as far from himself as possible, but in vain. She pulled herself closer and grabbed him by the head. She wailed horrifically and tossed his hairy head. The Bruxa moved along the pole again and tilted her head toward Nivellen's throat. The fangs flashed a blinding white. Geralt jumped. Every move he made, every step, was part of his nature, hard-learned, automatic, and lethally sure. 3 quick steps, and the third, like 100 such steps before, finished on the left leg of a strong, firm stamp, a twist of his torso, and a sharp, forceful cut. He saw her eyes. Nothing could change now. He heard the voice. Nothing. He yelled. To drown the word she was repeating. Nothing could change. He cut. He struck decisively, like hundreds of times before, with the center of the blade, and immediately following the rhythm of the movement, took a 4th step and half turn. The blade, freed by the half turn, floated after him, shining, drawing a fan of red droplets in its wake. The streaming, raven black hair floated in the air, floated, 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 and the head fell to the gravel. There are fewer and fewer monsters, and I, what am I? Who's shouting? The birds? The woman in the sheepskin jacket, the blue dress? The roses from Nazir? How quiet! How empty! What emptiness within me. Nivellen curled up in a bundle, sheltering his head in his arms, and shaking with twitches and shivers, was lying in the nettles by the manor wall. "Get up," said the Witcher. The young, handsome, well-built man with a pale complexion lying by the wall raised his head and looked around. His eyes were vague. He rubbed them with his knuckles. He looked at his hands, felt his face. He moaned quietly and, putting his finger in his mouth, ran it along the gums for a long time. He grasped his face again and moaned as he touched the 4 bloody swollen streaks on his cheek. He burst out sobbing, then laughed. "Geralt! How come? How did this? Geralt!" "Get up, Nivellen. Get up and come along. I've got some medicine in my saddlebags. We both need it." I've no longer got. Have I? Geralt? Why?" The Witcher helped him up, trying not to look at the tiny hands, so pale as to be transparent, clenched around the pole stuck between the small breasts, which were now plastered with wet red fabric. Nivellen moaned again. "Verena." "Don't look. Let's go." They crossed the courtyard, holding each other up, and passed the blue rose bush. Nivellen kept touching his face with his free hand. "Incredible, Geralt. After so many years, how is it possible?" "There's a grain of truth in every fairy tale," said the Witcher. Quietly, love and blood, they both possess a mighty power. Wizards and learned men have been raking their brains over this for years, but they haven't arrived at anything except that. That what, Geralt? It has to be true love. Boom! A grain of truth. End. Fin. And scene. Oh no! And with that, it's time to play some Witcher. No, that story's done. That short story is done. What up, Adam? Yeah, that was the end of A Grain of Truth. So good. So good. Oh, The Lesser Evil is next. I love that one. Nah, I appreciate that. How are you, Ocelot? Hopefully it wasn't too lame. The vibe of the reading. I was kind of into it today. I was feeling it. It felt authentic and organic today. We are done with the second short story. So we're just about to start the third. We're almost 100 pages in. Almost. About 10 more pages. So about page 90. Just shy of 90 right now. We've read quite a bit. Got my phone. Where's my phone? Hold on one moment. All right.
Witcher, or Witchers.
Sorry.
An elite and mysterious cast.
No, we're way farther than that. All right. Let's go do... You know what? Given that story, let's go do this side mission. I've got a good side mission to do that will go nicely with that short story. We can tie up this side mission. It'll be good. So we just saved the trolls, or just saved the woman troll. Hold on. Okay, so yes, we want to do this one. Examine the corpses in dwarven catacombs. All right. I wish there was a way I could just... That's so confusing. But I think we're gonna go this way. All right, Geralt, let's go do this. Okay. I sure hope this is the right way. I mean, it seems to be. In the dwarven catacomb. This seems like it could be the way to the dwarven catacomb. There's fire. Hi, guys. Off on a morning hike? Yeah, they're off on their morning hike. Obviously. Okay. We got to be getting close because we smelt sulfur. Now we getting burned. We getting burned here. What is this? You are carrying too much weight, as always. Okay, how do I get to... How do I get down from here? The wrong trousers. I need to get rid of some stuff. Some heavy stuff. I don't think I need to prep right away with stuff to drink. Or drinking stuff, but I will for sure. When the time comes. If I remember correctly, I don't have to immediately. Why do I have chains? Get rid of chains. Chains are just super heavy. Iron ring, junk. Can I just get rid of all of this? This is all junk. 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 Okay. Get rid of them heavy leather trousers, man. That's the issue right there. Heavy leather trousers that you ain't wearing. Oh yeah, search this man. You can't just be carrying heavy leather trousers that you ain't wearing. You know what I mean? Alright, we're gonna go this way. I don't know if this is gonna take me to the catacombs, the dwarven catacombs. I think this is just taking me back to the... Oh, is it over? I think it is over here, actually. All right.
So it's really...
Is this dwarven catacombs?
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
No, let me in. You guys suck. Why only Philippa? I mean, she is badass, but still. Hey.
So, you thought it over?
I need to get to the dwarven catacombs, boys. Boys, shoot. How do I get up there? I forget. I forget this town. I sure as crap ain't it. Hey boys, where's your catacombs?
Dwarf's a dwarf, and no bandit will ever make a good soldier.
Somebody just guide me. Escort me to the catacombs. Philippa, they're only
You
open.
wanted to do...
I got Triss's bandana.
I've got Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her to teleport.
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
Two of Letho's comrades, probably those responsible for Demoven's death, were hiding among the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Yorvith, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before the Elven messengers did. He could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in the gullies. What happened next?
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you
Everything.
she is not in Vergen.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time. Have you learned anything else?
Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
I can't believe that.
Believe it. I ran into some mercenaries she enlisted to kill Letho and anyone found with him.
She must have meant the other Kingslayers. Are you sure she knew Triss was with him?
Are you so sure of Sheila? There was something going on between her and Triss. I sensed a lot of tension.
A misunderstanding.
Maybe. Let's find Triss and clear everything up.
I need some time. What's going on out there?
Let's see.
What's going on?
The peasants want to take pitchforks to King Demoven's son.
Why?
The Dragon Slayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Where's the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but they are feverish. A fight is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I go
gotta
to inform the other
stop
nobles.
Okay. Sidetracked.
Dogs growl at cats. Cats hiss at the dogs. A noble's a wolf to a peasant.
Forget those animalistic similes and
All
take
right.
care of it. I'll try to locate Triss. And should anything happen to Prince Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
I remember.
Okay. All right, peasants, you can't lynch Stennis, okay? Let's go stop the peasants from lynching Stennis.
That's a witcher,
The work of a witcher is never done. Is this the way to your catacombs? Is this the way to your catacombs? Is this the way to your catacombs? Oh no, this is where I was. You know what I need to buy is some grape shot. I don't want to go there. But let me see something actually. It most definitely is not in here. This is where we took out the Neckers, or the Iraq, whatever they were, yesterday. Stennis! Getting yourself all into trouble. Oh, is that your catacombs? Oh, stop the peasant from lynching Stennis. Hey, hey, hey! No lynching Stennis, you guys hear? Stop.
Geralt,
Hi,
it's good to see
Dandelion.
you.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
What's stopping them?
The knights, Adernian noble lords.
Not easy to raise a hand against a blue blood.
A peasant by the name of Calton was at the council. He didn't seem to respect anything or anyone.
Calton's a blackguard. He'll use any excuse to raid and plunder.
He has a taste for noble blood. They say he buries gold looted from the lords in some gorge. Looks like things are getting nasty.
All right, let's stop him.
Hear me! What do you want? I'm Scalen Baldon. I keep order in Vergen.
Or doing a nice job then? Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Man just demanding a lynching in his underwear.
Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your weapons. I don't care if you're a serf or a lord. I'll kill you all if need be.
What's going on?
The servant carrying wine during the feast said that Prince Stennis and Olgan poisoned Saskia. We want justice!
You want revenge. It's not the same thing.
We don't care.
Good call.
Saskia's fallen as if dead, while the poisoning prince and noble lords rush to herd us onto the field and sell us to Henselt. We won't let them!
You lie, Colton. Nobody's being sold out. The poisoner must be caught and tried by law.
Your law? What then? He'll pay a fine and get spanked on his ass? We'll spank him all right, with an axe to the throat!
Where's this servant?
Safe. The Scoia'tael keep an eye on him.
Why is the prince hiding in his house if he's innocent?
Enough! I'll shoot the first to reach for a weapon. Then heads will start falling.
There's more of us. You can't kill every...
Then you'll be first. Now back off!
Hey.
You need to act quickly.
What's your plan?
I'll frighten them a little. Bleed them if need be. I'll buy you some time, but be swift. I can't hold them off for long. Question
Okay.
the peasants and the nobles, and talk to the dwarves. Maybe you can get to meet Stennis.
Even if he's guilty, I'm sure he's prepared a suitable story.
You'll know how to sort the sheep from the goats. Also, find the servant who started talking so suddenly. You won't have time to talk to everyone, though, that's for sure.
Humans only care how their asses rise as their
All right,
stations
talk
do.
to those gathered in the square. Hey,
What do you want?
We of noble birth always had to protect the plebs from their own stupidity. If not for us, the world...
I don't have time to listen to songs praising the nobility. Know anything about the attempt on Saskia's life?
No, I don't. But whatever the truth, the mob cannot lynch one of royal blood.
So truth
Okay.
means nothing to you. That's what makes us different.
I didn't say I don't care about truth. Just keep in mind, there's a world order that mustn't be destroyed.
An order that allows injustice.
If the prince turns out to be involved in this attempted murder, he should face a tribunal. The rabble doesn't understand the principles ruling the world.
Or they do understand them and simply don't like them.
Saskia is a wise woman, but there's one thing she doesn't take into consideration. This war will be over one day. Who will sow the crops and milk the cows then? Saskia called the serfs to arms. Do you think they'll want to plough fields again?
You may be right, but it's certainly not my business who'll plow your fields. Farewell.
that's not code.
This is nonsense.
Okay,
The prince gained
get
the
more
verbal
opinions.
Why is he lingering about? Like the stench in a dwarven hovel?
Those witches be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stennis for a pouch.
He better search for a lad who served the Virgin instead of pissing around.
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets. Throwing their weight about too much they are.
The prince stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Why flap your mouth then?
The prince is a wealthy lord. Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just because someone can afford gold teeth doesn't mean they'll pull their healthy ones. What's it really all about? Who's backing you?
We want justice.
We don't need no one backing us. He
Want
knows what
revenge.
to do.
How would you punish the prince?
If a lad counts hens wrong, he'll be flogged. What should we then do with a man poisoning others?
Kill him.
A land without a ruler is a nightmare.
We have a ruler, the Virgin of Eden.
It's not certain she'll live.
Then we'll choose another who'll manage. But he must be one of us lads. That way he'll understand us.
And all people is gonna be equal. Our way.
And the
Our
non-humans?
way.
We have enough down on the fields. Let non-humans find a non-human land.
Away with them!
You know Saskia's servant?
Willie of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the Virgin like
Willie
a
of the
sister and
Oblates.
mother put together.
He'd gladly get quartered for her.
Where's this Willie of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords.
Don't ask
Squirrels
that, girl.
guard him.
Wait, hold on.
You know Saskia's servant?
Willie of the Oblates.
He'd gladly get...
Where's this Willie of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels guard him.
Oh, is he the one that's by Philippa?
Farewell.
Give us this whoreflower!
As I see it, every princeling like
Is he the one that, like,
If not for
can
that
only
damn
Philippa
dwarf,
can only act? Let's see. I don't think it is.
They say someone cast
Hey, y'all.
Strangers.
Wheelie.
More
It's a
strangers.
waste of...
I've been looking for you.
I don't know you.
You
Yeah, I
caused
just
quite a
talked to you in
commotion.
there in the hall.
Afraid of something?
No, nothing.
You're lying.
I didn't do nothing. Didn't say nothing, don't know nothing, and didn't see nothing.
Ooh, what should I do? Rough him up? Here.
I don't want to hurt you. I really don't. But I'll cut your arm off if I have to.
No, no, please.
So tell me what you saw.
I heard the priest talking with the prince. This goody-goody said the Virgin is really a beast under her fair skin.
What priest?
Olcan, the one killed.
So there's no way I can check if you're lying.
I swear on my mother's grave I speak the truth.
What else did you hear? Tell me.
I was putting Saskia's room in order when the priest came to the prince's chamber next door. They wasn't speaking loud, but I heard the priest say, "Just clear the servants from the kitchen." Nothing more. Reverend Olcan, only he could tell you how it was, beginning to end.
The dead aren't very talkative.
What about what they leave behind? There may be clues or some such.
Maybe.
Or should I
Find the priest's house. Ask Cecil Burden for help. I can do that.
Greetings.
Where's Cecil? Is it through here? I think this is the way to the mines again. Oh no, this is it. This is exactly what I've been looking for so long. Oh, hell yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not. What is this again? What was this? That's not what I wanted. But that is something. I can't remember what it was. That may have been where we were last night, actually. I can't remember. My memory is terrible right now. Okay. Yeah, I think it was, actually. Okay. I need to get up on that. I think I'm doing much better job navigating than I was. I definitely am doing a much better job navigating than I was yesterday. But I still don't. Now I think what I was trying to do yesterday was where I'm going now, and where I'm trying to get now is completely different.
I heard. Shut your trap if you don't know what's going on.
Oh wait. What was that? Did I hear some bullion? Some bullion? No bullion on my watch. Who's doing the bullion? Oh, hell yeah. Can you guys open these gates for me now? There will be no bullion on my watch. That's right. Beef bullion.
They lie in wait for their lord and prince. Humans are an odd lot. I certainly hope Scalen can clean up this mess. What can I do for you, Witcher?
Let's play dice poker.
I need to know where Reverend Olkin used to live.
Simple. Let me show you on the map. It's about right here.
Cecil, do you know anyone who fought in the war 3 years ago?
I did.
Did you fight here at Vergen?
Course.
Philippa claims you know a bit about the battle.
That old kook insult, called king by some, thought that Aedirnians were bumpkins who'd ship bricks as soon as his troops crossed the river.
Why did he attack Edirn?
According to Henselt, Upper Edirn is the ancient legacy of the Kedwenny crown and must be returned to the mother country. Brazen farter.
That brazen farter had a point. If you read some history, you'll know that 300 years ago this land belonged to Kedwen.
Load of crab. 700 years ago the elves reigned here, and 1,000,000 years ago these lands were the domain of the worms. If things worked that way, every king could invade a neighboring land and claim his right to do so because an ancestor took a dump there.
All right. Hensel wanted to conquer Upper Edirn. What then?
He rolled in, got hammered, and rolled out.
Cecil, that doesn't help me much.
It wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter. If I try speaking of it, I'll see it all again. I don't want...
The ghosts of the fallen fight in the mist. They turn into horrible creatures called Draugrs. Aedirnians, Kedwenny, men, elves, and dwarves too.
Bloody hell. No peace even after death.
I want to help them, but I need to know more about the battle.
Very well. Listen. A
Tell
beautiful
me about
day
the battle.
that grew hot later. Very hot. When Van de Grift attacked in the afternoon, he sent a dun banner at the fore. Many of our lads shit themselves at the mere sight of their standard, but we had a surprise of our own. Under the cover of night, we prepared fire pits. Our archers lit them up at the right moment. I still can't believe we managed to fool their scouts. If it wasn't for that ambush, we wouldn't be speaking today. They likely wouldn't be in Upper Edirn at all. We decimated the Dun banner, but that was only the beginning. Seltkirk was our commander. Everywhere he appeared, the Kedwennies gave ground. He wreaked havoc among them. Hearts rose at the mere sight of his armor. Then, Van de Grift himself entered the fray. Seltkirk met him in the middle of the field. In the end, Van de Grift killed Seltkirk. A terrible death that sent the Aedirnian ranks into disarray. I thought it was the end of us. Then the sky fell, as if the stars themselves had decided to avenge the death of a great knight. Fire covered the battlefield. Nobody sought the enemy. They were all looking for somewhere to flee. Yes, there were no more friends and enemies, only the living and the dead. They say it was the doing of a Kedwenny sorceress who wanted revenge on Van de Grift. Could be true, as Henselt had her executed right after the battle.
You captured the Dun banner standard?
Henselt's choice troops, and not a one survived. The visitors sent them to their deaths, refused to give them reinforcements. He was a monster in human form. The men of the Dun were real swaggerers. Killed a lot of our lads, but for every Dunner, there were 7 Aedirnians. They had no chance. Aye, we captured their standard. We buried what was left of them in the crypts beyond Vergen. Their standard
I need to
lies
go
with
see them.
Worthy foes are to be respected, even in death.
I'm going to need that standard. Did you see the duel between Seltkirk and Van de Grift?
I stood half a furlong from them. Never seen a fight like it. Probably never will again. They'd already met once, at a jousting tournament in Ard Craig. Seltkirk won there. He beat on the visitor so hard he broke his sword. Seltkirk was a true knight, the last of his breed. Van de Grift was so pissed off after that tournament he hanged the smith who made his sword and ordered a special one from a sorcerer. I bet he cut down Seltkirk with that new sword.
Van de Grift is dead. What happened to his sword?
Saskia's got it. Good thing too. Only her hand can tame the hatred enchanted in that sword. After the battle, when the flames abated, the scavengers came. They stole everything. Imagine, not a single keepsake or Seltkirk in the whole of Edirn. His brother babbles something about a gauntlet, but he's a lying dog.
Thanks, Cecil, that was helpful. I think I know what I need to lift the curse now.
Madame Eilhard claims you need 4 symbols. The standard symbolizes death. Vandegrift's sword stands for hatred. What about the other two?
Thanks,
I
Cecil.
have a feeling Philippa has a handle on the rest.
Here's hoping you're right.
All right, gotta go to Old Khan's room. Old Khan. Old Khan. Wrath of Khan. There'll be no bullying around here. You hear?
So, you thought it over? I'm on my way to the recruiting.
How do I get over
I don't
there?
know. What's to consider? Yorvith's not just any trouble. Elves.
Alright, this is Philippa Eilhart's quarters. Philippa? I don't know how to get around town. I don't know my way around town. Okay. It's gotta be this way.
So,
I'll learn. I'm a fast learner, guys. I don't know if you know about this about me, but I can learn kind of okay. I can kind of learn okay.
don't try anything.
I'll say it again. Humans are strange. Let's hear it. See, when they're to whether the bride's been ploughed, has a dowry, is diligent, yet here we've a common girl. Saskia claims she's a virgin, and nobody questions her virtue. They just follow.
Okan!
How do you see it, Reverend? Do the gods favor Lady Saskia as you play?
Strange aura.
I collected corn. Examine.
Nothing interesting.
Never anything interesting. Oh, I found it. Okay. Now I have to wait. Did that portion of the quest. This is cool.
Saskia believes them.
Oh.
They've bewitched her!
Wait, where am I
Saskia the
going?
pious.
I don't know where that is.
Then get rid of the witches.
Okay. So let's do we'll try.
I'll say it again. Humans are strange.
Oh. Oh, what is this? I don't think this is it.
They say someone.
I don't need to be in your bunk. I learned this town once before. I can learn it again. I'm learning.
Greetings.
I'm a learn.
They say someone.
A witcher.
Oh. 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 Okay.
Who will the Witcher sign? It's good to see someone's taking care of it.
Why is he lingering about? Like the stench in a dwarven hovel?
Those witches be craving gold.
He bet.
Yeah, once done with it.
I already did all this.
Farewell. I'd gladly hear your opinion on the situation.
Finally, someone reasonable. It's obvious Henselt bribed some serf who then did what he was told.
That's interesting.
Just think it through. The prince couldn't have done it. The wine was in plain sight. Only the servants touched the decanters, and who are they? Commoners. Then that same commoner incited his folk to stand against the nobles and the prince.
Something to think about.
Give us this horplower!
Roll.
Enough of this charade! Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace.
We've talked enough! Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel!
Vergen's not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scalen Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why! The mongrel covets the crown!
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief?
Oh,
the
God.
answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the virgin sips it.
It's not clear how the prince poisoned the wine, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanting to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his savior.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene dumbhead the prince can. Curses on his kin. Nobody in Vergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stennis could do it.
You're wrong, Colton. Reverend Olkin wanted to get rid of Saskia. He thought she was a monster at heart.
Alkan was on Stennis' leash like a dog.
How dare you, lout! Do you imagine if someone sits next to a married lady, he's surely fucking her?
The priest tried to convince Prince Stennis to join the conspiracy.
Is Stennis some dimwit foundling that he dances to a lousy priest's tune? Alkan got what he deserved when Henselt cleaved his head. Now it's Stennis' time.
There is no proof the prince agreed.
The priest asked him for admittance to the kitchen.
So he didn't poison the Virgin himself, but allowed her to be poisoned.
This is intense. Shoot. That's guesswork.
Those are just words. Too much guesswork and not enough evidence. You can't convict anyone based on that.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be
Just
condoned.
wait till we get to 3, Adam.
He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world.
Intense.
And what about he who poisons the Virgin of Eden?
Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Eden, can judge me.
Can it? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you?
I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign.
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
Oh no. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that.
Yeah.
What will the peasants do if we hand them the
I
prince?
could
Will they hear him out?
basically
No. They'll hang
tell
him
him
from the
his
nearest
guilt,
tree
or
or tear him limb from limb. What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
We're sparing him. Oh.
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal attack.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great
I need his
strength.
blood.
We need an authority figure, and royal blood.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No. Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Scoia'tael units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
I must.
We gotta battle Henselt. Better be back. Alright, Philippa. I think this is the way I get to different areas, though, the other areas that I need to.
Oh, a witcher.
Oh.
Don't try anything.
I need to get on that. I think I'm starting to learn the area.
Only Philippa Eilhart.
I need to go to Philippa Eilhart. I guess I'm not learning the area. But then again, maybe I am. We didn't get his blood, Philippa. Dang, Philippa. Bobbies. Bobbies.
I tried locating
Booba.
Triss, but the mist disrupts the megascope. There's a weak signal nearby, probably on the other side.
In the Kidweni camp?
You'll have to pass through the mist.
There's no time to lose.
I'm continuously scanning the battlefield. I'll show you the way through. I'll find you when you enter the mist.
Farewell, then.
We still need royal blood.
I know, she's like, hey, it is
Cancel.
what it is. No,
We need
Philippa
his blood,
Eilhart
not
has
his
pure
death.
confidence, Adam.
How many
Like,
times do I have to tell you?
She's
I'm
not
a
gonna sit here
Kingslayer?
and feel the need to explain herself. She's doing what she's doing. Now I can... Oh. Where'd she go, Philippa? Alright. Quick thing, real quick. Wait, where did the... Oh, I think... Oh, no. Ooh. I failed that one. Interesting. Interesting. I can't go that way. How do I get up there? We'll go this way. That's to the mines, right?
What's this? Clad in hues.
I don't know where to go. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Oh, look. Here's where to go. But where's the town folk?
There goes the beast.
Stranger.
Who
needs this?
They're used to it. Lady Saskia will
They're not there. Or are they under? Oh, they're over here. Okay. I got it.
Is battles are you'll have.
What you?
That wasn't
Look,
it?
Another one. You let
That
one
was
human in,
it.
and in no time you've got a swarm.
I need to know about magical locations. Okay, whatever. Let's do find Triss.
The bellies to
All right, off to the other side of the mist. Hey y'all, I'm off to go see the mist. Wait, what is this? Nah, I gotta go to the mist. Alright, bye y'all. Be good, okay? I'll be back. Wish me well. I'm going to the mist.
I'll say it again.
No, don't judge me. I'm going to the mist. What's up, taco trucks? Burned village. Just go into the mist. Don't mind me. Oh, hey guys. I'm just going to the mist. I'll see you later. Alright. What do? Go into the spectral mist. All right, Philippa, I need you. Time to stop sexy time. Let's roll. Philippa.
Wonder how many more will turn up.
shoot. They're warring. No, Draugr, I don't want to fight you. I want to fight these wraiths and be on with my life. No, Draugr. Man, there's lots of wraiths in this one. Alright, let's roll! No. I bet she's pissed she had to disrupt sexy time. She wants some pencil blood, so she's probably like, let's do this. This Draugr, get up off me. Die. Hell yeah. Well spoken. I'll stay in. What happened? What happened? What happened? Did we make it? Thanks, Philippa. I appreciate you.
I can go no further. If Deathmold senses my presence,
How will I get back to Vergen?
I'll wait nearby. Hurry.
Okay, I'll go. Wait for me. Love you. Wait a minute. This is where... Oh, this is where I wanted to be, I think. Looting. Why are you pissed, Frostclaw? That's gonna make me too heavy. I'm gonna walk all slow.
I knew it. Damn, I knew it was you. When the mist started whirling, I told the boys it's Geralt of Rivia. Well, my name isn't Vernon Roach.
Hey, Vernon.
Friend of yours?
Just found him. He was already dead.
Interesting. Dressed like a Vergeni. You almost made it through the fog. What's your business here?
It's Clive Owen.
Saskia's been poisoned. The antidote can't be made without a Rose of Remembrance. I came here to get one.
Dogs are at each other's throats, even though a bear tests their bounds. No roses bloom here, Geralt. Tell the truth.
I gave such a rose to Triss.
Still looking for your sorceress.
Oh, because of the...
If she came here, I'd know
the,
about it.
the wards.
Roach, it's really important. Only you can help me.
Now you want my help? I'll gladly return the favor. Oh, wait. You did nothing for me. You made your choice. Fled with the elves while Vess almost died at that horse in Laredo's house.
Is Vess all right?
What do you care? We could have all died while you played at being a squirrel.
I refuse to explain myself, to you or anyone else.
You saved a group of thieves and bandits.
Deride them if you will, but they're ready to die side by side with the simple people of Vergen. They've got better reasons to fight than orders.
Don't you care about Voltaire's death anymore?
The assassin kidnapped Triss, remember? Help me find her, and I promise I'll keep the word I gave you in the dungeons of Lavalette Castle.
I don't know why I'm doing
We're
this.
friends. We're the odd couple.
If Triss is anywhere in the area, it can only be one place. At the rear, near the riverbank, the Nilfgaardians have set up their camp. Nobody can enter it. You can get there either via some caves or by sneaking through the main camp. I forget the gates. Believe it or not, the whorehouse is where you need to go to enter the caves. The ladies thought they'd use that passage to service the knights and nobles, but some monsters have their lairs there. If you've had your fill of whores and monsters, to the east there's a path that leads along the riverbank. That'll get you near the canteen.
I want to go to the monsters
are from there.
I think this is
Thanks,
the area.
Hey,
where I can do this.
I'll hold you to your promise.
Thanks, Clev Owen, Roche. Yeah, this is most definitely where. Okay. I need to find the one. No. There's the one about the men being taken. Oh, I failed it. Boo, I can't do that. That was a fun little mission. Oh well. Let's move on, I guess. Go this way. All right, Vernon. Nice talk.
Guess they'll never learn.
Oh, I just hit. Sorry. Oh shoot, I forgot to I did start. I've watched 3 episodes, Adam. 3 episodes. 3 episodes.
Life can be
Is
really
it?
strange. I fought the Nilfgaardians a few years back. Now we make camp.
Gotta pay for looking too. Well, a witcher.
Yeah, I'll watch 4 here soon.
Girls, prim yourselves.
I
How can
like
help
the
you?
first 3 episodes so far.
I wanted to talk.
We're no strangers to the art of conversation, but it'll cost you just
Here's
as
my
much
thing
as
about
a
this
good
show.
plow.
It's not without issues.
Sounds all right.
Ask away then. What would you like to talk about?
Heard of the Virgin of Edirn?
Doesn't
I think
everyone?
it would be better if it didn't
yes.
have
A maturing woman like that, never been ploughed. Her head's bound to be muddled.
weight to live
We'll
up
have
to
peace
of
when
being
she
true
drops her sword
detective.
to grab a nice healthy prick instead.
I just feel like I wish it was called Night Country or whatever. Instead of
Diddle yourself, Torpor.
Well, how can I?
I'm looking for...
We've got, but you'll need.
That's a shame. I'll have to...
No, I want to do that
How
actually
can I-
because I can talk to somebody.
I'm looking...
We've, but you'll.
I've got the...
Well, the.
Like if it was just called Night Country, like it would be a much better show. Because here's the truth about True Detective Night Country. There's not that much detectiving happening. There is a lot of things going on, and then the kid comes in and he's like, I did some
Others like me,
detectiving.
mother.
I did a whole bunch of detectiving while
That's
you
what I
guys
go
were
for.
off doing your stuff with like families and whatnot. And so in that,
Others
like I
like
don't
me,
feel
mother.
like the name True Detective really fits with this show. I like the show. I don't feel it's a true detective show, if that makes sense. Yeah. What's the kid's name that's on Jodie Foster's team, who has the dad who we stole the documents from? That kid is doing all the detectiving off screen. And then he comes back and he's like, I just did all the detectiving, guys.
Well, how can I help?
I wanted...
We're no.
Sounds...
Ask, what would you like?
I need to get inside the camp, unnoticed.
That'll cost you more than straight ploughing.
How much do I have?
That's nowhere near enough.
I need to get inside the camp, unnoticed.
That'll cost you more. That's
Oh,
nowhere
no.
near enough.
I need to get inside the camp, unnoticed.
That'll cost you more than straight ploughing.
Gosh dang it. I lost. No, I lost the audio to the game.
That's nowhere.
I need to get inside.
That'll cost. What would you like to?
I wouldn't...
I'm a.
I seem...
He used to come here.
Gosh dang it. Dang it, that's where you do the mission. My audio is so stupid. I was about done anyway, but I legit lost audio. I can't hear anything that's happening. What am I in? Some, but like not enough to really call it true. It doesn't live up to True Detective. Like the first season of True Detective, there was a ton of detectiving happening. This, like, I feel like there's some major, like, some detectiving happening, like, on the bookends of the episodes for the most part. Oh. Do I have to pay for it, though?
Sunny days, sweeping the pants away.
All right, I'll pay,
On my
I'll
way
pay,
to
I'll
get
pay.
some pussy sweet.
Okay. And I'll probably, since I don't have any audio, call it a night. Hey,
Well, how can I...
talk to
I wanted
me.
to...
We're no...
Okay.
Sounds all...
Ask, what would you...
I need to get into the camp. I'll pay you. All right. $4.91.
That's nowhere...
I need to get it.
Jeez. $6.84.
That seems... We've an underground passageway leading out to...
Thanks.
Although we've not used
Although
it
we've
for
not
some
used it for
time.
some time, there's something
down there.
I'm sure I'll manage.
The entrance is inside.
You took all my money. That's how it happened. That's how it happened. There it is. I really wish I had audio. I don't know why it just goes away. All right. Save. The Karen. No, I'm gonna be done. It's 9:30. I'm gonna go to bed. We'll continue on next time. But I want to make sure. Yeah, 2:17. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head to bed. This is a good place to stop for the night. I'll continue on next time. Find the cave passage leading to the Nilfgaardian. This way. That's a good part to stop. I am bummed though that my sound just freaking kicked off, but at least it lasted. I wonder what I should do about that. I don't know what to do about it, honestly. But that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. I had a blast. You know what? I kind of want to continue for. All right. I kind of want to continue playing, even though I can't hear. Just because. Yeah, I'm gonna continue playing for a little bit longer. Yeah, you guys. Even though I can't hear, I'm gonna continue playing. Stupid. I don't know what to do. How? this. Alright. I think this'll fix it. Hold on, bear with me. I'm doing stuff. Yes. I don't know what else to do. Oh, shoot.